We'll call the Willmar City Council meeting to order for Monday, January 6th. Roll call.
Mayor Calvin.
Here.
Councilmember Fagerly.
Here.
Meske.
Here.
Schwantes. Here. Davis. Here. Alvarado.
Here.
Osmus. Here. Plowman.
Here.
Nelson. Here. 9 present, 0 absent.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any proposed additions or deletions to the agenda as presented?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion does carry. Next consent items, Ms. Thompson, our city clerk.
On tonight's consent agenda, we have for council's approval the city council minutes of December 16th, Willmar Municipal Utilities Board minutes of December 23rd, Planning Commission minutes of December 18th, an application for appointment for Cole Erickson to the Municipal Utilities Commission, application for exempt permit from the Friends of the Kansas County Willmar Public Library, application for exempt permit from Minnesota Ducks Unlimited, the accounts payable report for December 12th through December 31st, and for council's information, an application for appointment to Planning Commission of Khalif Ahmed Basur and Invest in Willmar Board minutes of November 13th.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the consent items. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Those opposed? That motion does carry. Next, we have Public Works Safety Committee report. Councilmember Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our Public Works and Safety Committee met Wednesday, December 18th at City Hall, and we met at noon on that day. Members present included myself, Councilmember Osmus, Nelson, and Alvarado. Others were our City Administrator Garments, our Public Works Director, Mr. Christensen, Park and Rec Director, Rob Baumgarn, and our Park Manager as well, and our Engineering Administrator, Kelsey Del Bosque. We called the meeting to order at noon, and our first item of business was regarding the Invest in Willmar project and the resolutions in order to award contracts to the various architecture firms. Just to give you a brief breakdown, the City of Willmar passed a half-cent local option sales tax in the fall of 2018. Staff and the Invest in Willmar Board agreed to hire an architect to design the projects as defined by the board as recreation fields, event center at the Civic Center location, and the Swanson Fields. Requests for proposals were submitted to qualifying firms with multiple proposals received. The selection committee reviewed the proposals and presented their recommendations to the Invest in Willmar Board on December the 11th. And I was also present for that, just as a note. The board endorsed the selection committee's recommendations of architects and is recommending their proposals to be approved. And so this is going to be in 3 separate resolutions. And I believe the first one would be regarding the recreation fields. A motion was made and seconded awarding the contract for the recreation fields with A&E Services costing 7% of the totality of the project. And that was awarded to Wideseth Smith Nolting as the architect for the recreation field portion. And I will enter that motion now.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agreement with Wideseth Smith Nolting for the recreation fields at 7%. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Fagerly.
Aye.
Meske.
Aye.
Schwantes. Aye. Davis. Aye. Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. 8 ayes, 0
That
nays.
resolution passes. Councilmember Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our second resolution is regarding the Recreation Event Center at the Civic Center location with A&E Services at a total of 5.95%, and that contract will be awarded to LSE Architects as the architect firm for that project, and I will enter that motion now.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to enter an agreement with LSE Architects for the Recreation and Event Center at a fee of 5.95%. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Maskey.
Aye.
Schwanzes.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Fagerly.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Councilmember Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our final resolution concerning this item would be to award the contract for the Swanson Fields project. This will also be at a fee of A&E Services at 7%, and this award will also go to Wideseth Smith Nolting, and I will enter that motion now.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve a resolution with Wideseth Smith Nolting for Swanson Fields at a fee of 7%. Discussion. Councilmember Osmus.
No, thank you.
Roll call.
Councilmember Schwantes.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes as well. Councilmember Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our next item and our final item that we discussed was regarding the change order at the Robbins Island Four Seasons Shelter project. Little history of that. RAM Contracting was awarded the Robbins Island Four Seasons Shelter construction project at the August 19th council meeting. Construction began in September for the 3,100 square foot building, including a community room, public restrooms. Change order number 2 resulted from labor and material for raising the valve stem assemblies. The total for this change increases the contract amount by $3,177.72, and we are still within budget. This should be within, or this is within the contingency range that we expect to see, and the project is still on track. And I will make a motion to accept and approve that change order in the amount of $3,177.72.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve a change order number 2 for Robbins Island Four Seasons Shelter. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Councilmember Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That was the end of our business for the evening. We adjourned about an hour and 10 minutes later at 1:09, and I would move to file the minutes.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to file the minutes of the December 18th Public Works Safety Committee. Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion passes. Next, we have Labor Relations Committee report of December 20th. Councilmember Maskey.
Yes, we met December 20th at 12 o'clock at the city offices, and thank you for everybody coming. It was very close to the holiday season. We only had one item on the agenda, which was the drug and alcohol testing policies. In your package, you'll see that there's 2 policies, one for commercial drivers and one for non-commercial drivers. First one starts on page 77 of your packet and goes to page 93. It's all language recommended by the League of Minnesota Cities. Basically, if you read your intro here, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration Division of the Department of Transportation has a drug and alcohol testing clearinghouse for CDL drivers. They're basically going to say all drivers go into a clearinghouse, so whoever employs them can access the clearinghouse and see if there's any drug or any movie violations. You have to kind of investigate that as the person who is hiring them now will be able to access the database. And so the policy just outlines how that information will be gathered and how it will be uploaded into the database. And so we had that one. And the second one is not a database, but it's how we deal with our non-commercial drivers as well. So I guess we'll have 2 motions. The first one we did was move to approve the commercial drivers policy.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the commercial driver's policy. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion carries. Councilmember Maskey.
And the second one is for the non-commercial drivers. I know it says in yours that we're going to put them into one, but it felt like they should be 2 because there's a threshold of difference. One is reporting, one is not. So I would move to approve the non-commercial drivers policy.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the non-commercial drug and alcohol testing policy. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, That motion carries.
That was our only item of business, so I'll move to file the minutes.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to file the minutes. Discussion. Seeing and hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next, we have a resolution to increase firefighter P area retirement. Our Fire Chief, Chief Hansen.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, at our last council meeting, you approved raising the PERA from $4,000 per good year service to $5,000. It got biased. It was supposed to be a resolution and not just not a simple motion. So we're asking for a resolution tonight.
I'll entertain that motion. Raise the resolution.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve a resolution to increase the firefighter P area retirement as approved at the last council meeting. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes. Aye. Davis. Aye. 8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Next, we have a resolution to approve the 2020 city-wide pay schedule. Ms. Beckman.
Good evening. This is the same case as the last agenda item. It was determined it needs to be approved via resolution rather than a motion, as it was approved on the December 16th meeting. So this is a resolution adopting the citywide pay scale that was discussed last time. If there's any other questions, I can answer them now.
I'll move the resolution.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the resolution of the 2020 citywide pay schedule. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson. Aye. Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes. Aye. Davis. Aye. Alvarado.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes as well. Next is consideration of a memorandum of agreement between the administrative assistant and the supervisor unit. Ms. Beckman.
And the supervisor unit has requested that we include the administrative assistant to the city administrator in their bargaining unit as a confidential employee. The supervisor unit contract does state the group should include all supervisory and confidential employees. This position is defined as confidential according to their job duties and the job description. This was also discussed at the December 16th meeting as well. Any other questions?
I'll introduce the resolution to approve the MOA, including the administrative assistant to the city administrator and the supervisor unit.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to consider a memorandum of agreement, including the administrative assistant and the supervisor unit. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson. No. Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes. Aye. Davis. Aye. Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. 7 ayes, 1 nay.
That motion passes. Next is consideration of supervisors union memorandum of agreement adjusting wages for 2020. Ms. Beckman again.
This is our
Lady of the night.
this is our
That didn't sound right.
final.
You are the presenter for this evening.
There we go.
Doing a very good job.
This is our final MOA regarding our 2020 wages and adjustments for switching over to the PEEP health insurance. We've already approved the general unit, public works unit, and the law enforcement unit, so this is our final one.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve supervisor union memorandum of agreement adjusting wages for 2020, going under the PEEP agreement. Discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Is it a motion? Sorry.
All those
What?
wages, is that a motion or a resolution? We did the others under resolutions, didn't we? Let's do it under resolution. Roll call.
Councilmember Nelson. Aye. Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes. Aye. Davis. Aye. Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus. Aye. Plowman.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Can we change that to a resolution, Ms. Thompson? Next is consideration of council member appointment to Central Community Transit. I am currently serving on that, and I am requesting to be removed from that position. And my understanding in talking with the city administrator and the city clerk is that we have one council member who has expressed an interest, and that is Councilmember Osmus. Council appointments to boards and commissions are solely at the direction of the council. The mayor has no input on that. So I know that Councilmember Osmus has expressed an interest in serving on that, but it would be up to the council to make that decision.
Motion to approve Councilmember Osmus to serve on the Central Community Transit Joint Powers Board.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Is there anybody else that wishes to serve? Is there anybody else that wishes to serve? Okay, we've asked it 3 times. Councilmember Fagerly.
We do have a meeting Friday in Litchfield, just so you're aware, 9 o'clock at the courthouse.
Additional discussion. All in favor of Councilmember Osmus serving on the Central Community Transit Joint Powers Board, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? I'm sorry, that takes a roll call, because that is a resolution. Appointment.
Councilmember Fagerly,
Aye.
Maskey,
Aye.
Schwantes.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus.
Do I vote?
Oh, I'm sorry. Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
That resolution passes. Normally, you would vote because it'd be all encompassing, but because we single it out, it probably is best to abstain.
Okay.
Next, the consideration of new on-sale intoxicating 3.2 and on-sale wine liquor license for Giovanni's Pizza. Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I received a request from Giovanni's Pizza to hold an on-sale intoxicating 3.2 liquor license and an on-sale wine liquor license under the name Two Night LLC, doing business as Giovanni's Pizza. Staff's recommendation is to approve the license.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Discussion. Councilmember Alvarado.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. When they apply for the license, are they instructed to work with the police department to get training and proper protocols on checking licenses and that sort of thing?
Yes, yep. And the police department does a background check on the people too, before we present it and give them their license.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Additional discussion. This is a motion, but it takes a roll call because this deals with alcohol. Roll call.
Councilmember Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fagerly.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That motion passes. Next is consideration of state application and permit for a 1-day to 4-day temporary on-sale liquor license for Ducks Unlimited Convention. Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, the Minnesota Ducks Unlimited Incorporated has plans to sell alcohol during the Minnesota State Ducks Unlimited Convention, February 6th through 9th at the Willmar Holiday Inn and Conference Center. And they've made application for a 1-day to 4-day temporary on-sale liquor license. And again, staff's recommendation is to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve consideration of state application for 1 to 4-day temporary on-sale liquor license for Ducks Unlimited Convention. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Schwantes.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That motion passes as well. And the final liquor that we're dealing with this evening is consideration of the Civic Center special event for on-sale liquor license holder for the curling bonspiel. Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, the Willmar Curling Club will hold a 3-day curling bonspiel on January 17th, 18th, and 19th, with plans to serve alcohol. A Civic Center Arena special event permit is required to distribute or consume alcohol on the Civic Center grounds for this event. TPI Corp. Incorporated, doing business as Holiday Inn Green Mill Willmar, has applied for these permits. And again, it's staff's recommendation to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the Civic Center special event on-sale liquor license holder for curling bonspiel as presented. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Alvarado.
Aye.
Osmus.
Aye.
Plowman.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Fagerly.
Aye.
Maskey.
Aye.
Schwantes.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
That motion passes as well. Councilmember announcements, starting with Councilmember Plowman.
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Councilmember Nelson.
Nothing this evening.
Councilmember Fagerly.
Nothing.
Councilmember Maskey.
Pass.
Councilmember Schwantes.
Pass.
Councilmember Davis.
Nothing.
Councilmember Alvarado.
Nothing.
Councilmember Osmus.
Well, I'm going to wish everybody a happy new year, and I'm looking forward to 2020 on the council.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have our announcement of council meeting dates, Public Works Safety.
Public Works Safety is not meeting this week, thank you.
Finance.
Finance is meeting Thursday. We only have, I think, one action item and just some information things.
Community Development.
Next Monday, 5:15 at City Hall.
Labor.
Labor is not meeting next Monday. Our next meeting will be January 27th.
Say that again, please.
We will not meet next Monday. The next meeting will be January 27th.
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We're adjourned.